gentlemen, today is November 30th. It is no, it's not an A day, it's a B day, correct? And today's the day before the genetics test. So your objective is, are you ready for the test? Let's look at these two structures on the board. Somebody raise your hand and tell me what these two structures represent. What are they emulating? What are they showing, Liz? Yes, chromosomes. And what are on the chromosomes, Dest? Genes, good. So if you see a capital letter, what does that tell you, Aiden? It's dominant. If you see a lowercase letter, Shanika, what does it tell you? It's recessive, exactly. If you see one dominant, one recessive, what do you know about that, Zach? It's heterozygous. Good job. If you see two recessive, what do you know, Gianna? Homozygous. Recessive, good. It has no dominant genes, therefore it will not show the dominant trait. How about two capital C's? What do you know about that? Two capital C's, Demaya, what do you know? Is it homozygous or heterozygous? Well, what is homozygous? Somebody raise your hand and tell me what homozygous means. Go ahead, Danny. The same genes. Demaya, are these two the same genes or are they different? They are the same and they're both uppercase. So are they dominant or recessive? They're dominant. So they're homozygous dominant. That means what trait is going to show? Ojello. The dominant trait. Good. Uppercase S, lowercase s, Alex. What is that? The dominant trait will show, but is it homozygous or heterozygous? Heterozygous, and the dominant trait will show because it has at least one dominant gene. Okay. Will the new puppy have a spotted coat? Jill. Okay, so you get half your genes from your mom and half from your dad. So what genes do you get from your mom? Tell me what genes mom gave. Okay, those are the opportunities they could give. They could give, we're looking for spotted coat. So the coat pattern could be uppercase S or lowercase s. So what are the actual genes that mom gave? Look at the fourth chromosome. Look at the fourth gene on the chromosomes. Just tell me in terms of capital and lowercase. Okay, so who gave lowercase? Look at mom. Here's the female dog. What did mom give? Capital S. What did dad give? The lowercase s. So this gene combination, Maria, is that homozygous or heterozygous? Good job. Chloe, which gene is going to show? Which trait? The spotted trait. Why does the spotted trait show, Jacob? Both of the parents have one of the traits. Do they both have the same trait? One of the parents has the trait for spotted and the other parent has the little s means solid. So they both have two different genes. So why does this child, puppy, have a spotted coat? Big S, little s, Maya, is what? Spotted or solid? It is spotted. But why, Gwen, does this have a spotted coat? Excellent. Spotted is dominant, and it has at least how many dominant genes, Ben? It has at least one dominant gene. Good job. Uppercase S, spotted, is dominant. In order for the dominant trait to show, how many dominant genes do you need? Just one. Spotted is dominant. And this puppy has at least one dominant gene. Here's the key, one dominant gene. If you have one dominant gene, you definitely have spotted coat. So does the female have a spotted coat, Gianna? Yeah, here she is up at the top. Female, right here. She has what letter? Uppercase S. Because she has an uppercase S, that means she definitely has a spotted coat. Is there any chance that she doesn't have a spotted coat? No, why not, Danielle? She has how many dominant genes? Yeah, she has at least one. We don't know what her other gene is. We don't see it. But she has no choice. She has to have a spotted coat because she has at least one dominant gene. What about the male? What does the male have? Let's look at him. You're only getting half of his gene combination. So the only thing we have, Maya, is what? Yes, a lowercase s. So what inference can we make? Do we know anything about the coat? We don't know if it's spotted or solid. Why not? Why don't we know what kind of coat it has? Destiny, how come we don't know? We only see this little s. Yeah, the spotted could be on the other. It's not hidden because if they have the spotted gene, you show that trait. This one could have been hidden, but we only see that little s because we only see the chromosome Dad gave us. But Dad has, yeah, he has two, but he only gave one. He only gave a little s. So does the male have a spotted coat? We have no idea. We really don't know. Why don't we know, Alex? We only see what? We only see one gene. And in order to be recessive and show that trait, you have to make sure that you have both of those recessive genes or no dominant genes. So they could have, the dad could have the dominant gene on the other chromosome, but we didn't see that one. We just don't see it. All right, let's look at the next question, number 4. I put on the next page. What would the puppy's hair texture be? What letters represent hair texture? What are the hair texture letters? Zach? Yes, big B or little b. So here are the hair texture letters. What are they, Zach? Little b, little b. So the genotype is little b, little b. What's the phenotype? What is the phenotype? What physical features do we see? We see silky. Why do we see silky, Zach? Yeah, they both have the recessive gene. They do not have any what genes? They don't have any dominant. That's the reason why it's silky, because there are no dominant genes. Curly or straight hair, Janila? What are the letters for curly hair or straight hair? What letters represent hair? The C's. What are the C? What type of C's does this puppy have? 2 uppercase C's. So they have what genes? Dominant or recessive? They have the dominant genes. Because they have the dominant genes, what is the hair color? Yeah, it is curly. This puppy has curly hair because it has 2 uppercase C's. It has at least 1 dominant gene. Does the female dog have curly hair? Same idea, Jaden. Does the female dog have curly hair? It has 1 uppercase C. Jacob, does it have curly hair? Jaden, does it have curly hair? Yes, it does. Why? It does because it has at least 1 uppercase C. Does the male have curly hair, Aiden? Yes, because it has 1 uppercase C. Would the puppy be a hybrid, that means heterozygous, or a purebred for hair length? Go back. Here's the hair length. What are the letters that represent hair length, Garrett? L's. What L's do we have? What type of L's? Uppercase or lowercase? This L, is this an uppercase L or a lowercase? Uppercase, capital, and this one is a lowercase. Is that dominant or recessive? Dominant, this one is recessive. Both of the genes are different. Yes, I'm different. Pull up to the seam of my different genes. One's dominant, one's recessive. What is it? Heterozygous, because I'm different. So is the puppy heterozygous or homozygous for hair length? Heterozygous. What is a synonym for heterozygous? Hybrid and heterozygous are the same. Heterozygous, they're synonymous. All right, tell me what is going to happen when the puppy's bred with the neighbor's dog. The owner wants to mate the new puppy with his neighbor's dog. The neighbor's dog has straight hair. What is the probability that the offspring will have straight hair? So straight hair is what letters? What letters, Jill? 2 little C's. Good. Zachary, what letters are curly hair that's our dog has? Big C, big C. He wants a straight hair dog. Will he achieve that trait this round? Let's put them in here. What do we get, Celeste, for the first box? Excellent. Go down and across. Big C, little C. Gwen, what goes here? Good. What goes here, Liz? What goes here, Alex? Big C, little c. So the the cross results in 100% hybrid or heterozygous. The first batch of puppies, are they curly or straight hair? They're all curly hair. Can he get a dog eventually that has straight hair? Yes. What does he need to do, Danielle? He needs it to have he needs to have 2 recessive genes. So he cannot breed it with any curly hair dogs. Why? Yeah, he'll get some of them. What if he takes this puppy, the new puppy, big C, little c, and breeds it with another dog that has big C, little c? Is that worth it for him? Is that worth the investment? He wants straight hair dogs. He's going to get what, Gianna? Big C, big C, big C, little c, big C, little c, and then finally little c, little c. He selectively bred, eventually got a little straight hair dog, but 75% of them will be what? Curly. Is that worth it? Now, if you want straight hair dogs, you have to breed it with only straight hair dogs. So when we do selective breeding, sometimes it takes a lot of trials to get the desired trait that we want. What are they going to do with the other 75% of the dogs? Well, sometimes that happens. They go to the pound, nobody adopts them, and they kill them. It's very sad. People dump the dogs on the side of the road. I saw the cutest little dogs. Somebody was posting on Facebook that they were looking for homes, and it made me so sad. Like, you have a responsibility. Every action has a reaction, a consequence. We need to make sure that we make good choices. All right, tomorrow's your test. I want to go over 2 little things first. I want to go over the term somatic cell. A somatic cell is any one of your body cells. So what's inside of your cell? All of your body cells, what's inside of it? This is just review from your yellow notes. What's inside of your body cells? The DNA, but the DNA is the smallest thing inside of your body cells. So what's inside of your cells? First, you have to have a place to hold your chromosomes. A nucleus. Your nucleus goes and holds all of your genetic information that is pretty much made of chromatin, these long strands. Jacob, what are they called? Good. Chromosomes. Your chromosomes then have these pieces of protein that build up and make up genes, and those genes are made from your DNA molecules. So in the continuum from cell to DNA, that's largest to smallest. Your chromosomes in a human. How many chromosomes do you have in a somatic cell all together, Chloe? How many chromosomes do we have? 46. How many chromosomes do we have in a sperm cell? Your reproductive cells are 23, and your egg cells, how many chromosomes, Haley? 23. You have half and half because you put them together and you're going to have your zygote. If a cow has 60 chromosomes in its somatic cell, how many chromosomes does it have in one of their liver cells? A cow has 60 chromosomes in their somatic cell. So what's a somatic cell? It's every cell that's in your body, but not your reproductive cells. Every single cell in your body, but not the sperm or the egg. So is a liver cell a regular cell? Yes, it's a somatic cell. So if the cow has 60 chromosomes in its somatic cells, how many in its liver cells? How many in its liver? Zach? 60. Why? Liver cells have 60. Why, Alex? Because a liver cell is a somatic cell. How many in its skin cells? 60. How many in the eyeball cells? How many in its muscular cells, in its bone cells? Every cell in its body has the same amount of chromosomes except for the reproductive cells. So how many in its egg cells, Alex? Well, if it's a female cow, it's going to have 30. If it's a bull, it's going to have 30 in its sperm cells. These are the only places. Why? Because, I'm sorry, that's supposed to say sperm. Because when they come together, they fertilize and they make a zygote. Does everybody understand this? Easy? Okay. Are there any questions before we play bingo? Everybody knows everything. An allele is a piece of a gene. So if this is my genotype, one of these is the allele. You have to put two alleles together to make the trait. It's another word of another way of saying gene. Anything else? Are we good? All right, I'm going to pause this.